Okay. She wanna f on a Bruce Wayne, touche. I wanna f on a great damn and she bad. Harley Quinn with a fat ass and a black mask. What more can ask? Okay. She wanna f on a Bruce Wayne, touche. I wanna f on a great damn and she bad. Harley Quinn with a fat ass and a black mask. What more can ask?
So what's up, y'all? It's your girl J.Nichelle. We back with another special guest. We got the Brooklyn Batman in the building, and it's getting real spooky up in here.
You know what time it is? You know, not spooky, but more so heroic. You heard me? Sure.
Heroic.
Joker.
That's right.
Jokers is spooky. This is heroic. You feel me? Don't be a joker.
That's right. Now let's just get into it. Tell people who are just now kind of tapped into you, what is the story behind the mask? What is the story behind the Brooklyn Batman theme?
So basically, I stumbled upon this. Well, it's all right. This is how it really started. I'm gonna be totally transparent.
Give it to me. I had it now.
Boom. I did some time. Came home from prison. I was on parole. I was locked up for guns and drugs. You know, don't judge me. That was just part of my environment. I didn't know if I was a little bit ignorant at that time on how to, you know, gain economic value. But now I'm a little bit more educated. I know what to do in my life. But so I wrote a book based on my life experiences and how I learned how to reprogram my thinking through cognitive therapy. The book called Seeds in the Concrete. So I wanted to promote it through the hip hop outlets because I felt like, you know, that crowd is going to relate to that story, and that crowd is who I wanted to help. So I had to go to the hip hop market, go to the clubs, but guess what? They late nights,
right?
You know, that means I'm gonna be breaking curfew. Me, I don't want nothing to stop my. You know what I'm saying?
Right, your mission.
Yeah, like my mission. So I feel like, man, listen, I'm gonna take some risks doing something positive. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I started covering my face. I started throwing on different masks. When I'm promoting the book, Seeds in the Concrete, my name was El Javon, my author name at that time. And D from Pitch Black was like, who you think you is? Made a joke, like, who you think you is, Batman? I said, yeah, you know, I laughed, but then I was thinking, you know, like, yo, you know, the community need to have some representation as a black man. You know, I think black men need to be more superheroes instead of gangsters.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we kind of glorify the streets a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be the toughest guy in the world, you know, but nobody don't want to like kind of get out the trenches and teach their friends and family to get out the trenches. Make sure the kids get out the trenches. Make sure that, you know, their loved ones and their mama and their sister and their daughters and their wives is good, you know? So I always knew, like, you will have to be doing things outside of the norm to escape that type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
Especially like me. Like, I'm a victim of the same statistic. You know, they say, oh, you're gonna be dead or in jail. I felt like I did both. I died and I went to jail.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And I'm still here. So it's like that realm of, you know, looking into the Batman and then I was seeing that his character related to me more than any other superhero.
Okay.
He's motivated by pain. His parents died and he was afraid of bats. So he knew that to accomplish his goal, to get rid of criminals that are similar to the people that killed his parents and get rid of them in his community, he needed to face his fears, and he had a strong fear of bats. So when he threw himself into the cave, you know, like he ran towards his fears to grow.
Yeah.
Same thing with me, you know, but I'm different. I'm black. I'm from the hood. My parents wasn't murdered, but my father didn't want me. I never seen my father, you know. My mom was abused multiple times till she got schizophrenic by multiple men in her life. Wow. And she turned schizophrenia, and then now I'm in foster care. And just like most inner city African Americans, we go through the system: group home, foster home, DFY, jail, prison, parole. You know, it's the recidivism. It's a system. So how do I escape that and actually live an abundant life? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that I could break that curse that's going down, that's passing down from generation to generation to generation to generation. To me, I think that need to be a superhero, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. For sure. And I feel like I love how deep you are, and I feel like the way your mind works, I find it interesting. Like you said, you kind of had to reprogram your mind and kind of like the way you think, because you basically became a victim of your environment or a product of your
Mm-hmm.
environment.
Yep.
And to do that, to really kind of get that and change your mind like that is very difficult. And so I do want to applaud you for just the growth, because it doesn't always work out like that for our Black men. I know one of
They
the
just need to be educated and aware. That's all.
yeah.
That's and not only that, they have to see results. So, if your study shows that after an adult reach 25, the only thing that's going to change them is a dramatic experience, because he's
Okay.
already had those habits for 25 years.
Right.
So, whether the dramatic experience is just natural or just something happened to him, or he put his own self to a dramatic experience to face certain things. And that's why I say, relating to the Batman character, threw himself into the cave with all the bats and the darkness. He was afraid of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, it is very hard at first because it's unfamiliar. You're uncomfortable. But it could be very joyful because it's like a dopamine shot. If you do a to-do list, right?
Yeah.
It say 5 things. You say, I'm gonna do these things today. You make sure you accomplish those 5 things. I don't care if it's, I'm gonna eat this apple, I'm gonna sweep the floor, I'm gonna do 5 push-ups, whatever. You gain a boost of confidence. The term is called dopamine. The
Yeah.
same, and the funny thing is, dopamine is equivalent to how, on a miniature level, how a person would do crack or coke or drugs.
Okay.
Like, it's called dopamine, heroin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that when you
Yeah.
do the heroin, it's that dopamine is enhanced. That's why they
Yeah.
call it dope. So if you wanted to get naturally high, you need to do a to-do list, write it down, you see it visually, and do it check for check, and you get a little shot every time you do something. You get what I'm saying?
Brooklyn
Once
Batman
you
out
start
here dropping gems for the people, man. Giving them the knowledge.
Nah, real talk. I mean, this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? This is how I'm accomplishing these things, as an artist, as a writer, as an entrepreneur. I also got 3 other artists. Now we're working on a partnership with Warner Brothers.
Wow.
Like this is all independent. This is all discipline. It's all time. It's all educated. And I just want to show that I'm really not different from nobody. If anything, I'm worse than the average person. My circumstances was worse than the average person. So if I could do it, guess what? Everybody could do it.
Yeah.
They just got to apply themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Now, I know you said one of your superpowers is turning L's into lessons. So what lessons have you learned since being in the music industry, and kind of just moving out of that situation from being incarcerated?
Well, the first lesson is talent don't make you successful in the industry.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that's okay, that's still one of the best artists. There's a lot of people that are talented. Of course, you can see the difference. Like, you'll see people I'm gonna just stick to the first question. First thing is definitely talent don't get you success.
Okay.
You could be lucky. These people that get signed is lucky technically. They was at the right time, right place, knew the right person, and maybe a family member was in the industry,
right.
A brother, a cousin,
right.
Something of that nature. And they say, oh, yo, listen, check that out. I'll put you on. What about the person that's living in Kentucky in a rural area that has no family, no relation to the industry? How he's going to get there? How he's going to get the right connects? He can't just upload his stuff to DistroKid and Instagram and think he's going to get lit.
Yeah.
Especially with the algorithms now, the algorithms work. So people ain't really seeing your content.
Yeah.
Even if you post it.
Yeah.
That was the first lesson I learned. There's more. You want me to tell more of the lessons?
No, that's good. I do want to know though, that with that being your superpower, if you could have any other superpower, what would it be?
Man, listen, I don't know. I think me having willpower and, man, that's it right there, because that little small foundation helped me got everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Consistent willpower, because to be successful, you have to fail fast and quickly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a bunch of times. The faster you fail, the quicker you're going to succeed, So that's
For
about
sure.
it,
For sure. Now, you've mentioned your book, which I definitely want to get into a bit more, because I think it's super dope that you have a book. Your book actually did really well. And I do want to get more into what the book is about, because I did see you interviewing with DJ Drewski. Shout out DJ Drewski. And you talked a little bit about the book. And I instantly wanted to read it. I'm like, dang, I haven't been able to sit down and read a book in so long, but the book just sounds like something I can relate to. And it sounds like you put it in a very fun way.
Yeah, definitely. I didn't want, because I know in the hip hop market, like, attention span is, and plus they want to make sure that they could relate to the story, So I just basically wrote a book, a story about a character named Lance Adams. He's half Black, half Italian. The reason why I mixed the colors because I didn't want to make it a racial thing. I wanted all walks of life to be able to read it.
Okay, smart.
He has everything against him. He's a felon. He's an ex-felon, single parent mom. His pops abandoned him because his pops is part of the Italian mafia. But it's not that he's racist, but the family around him is racist, and he didn't want to lose his power and resources in the mafia family for marrying or having a child with an African American.
Yeah.
So he kind of kept his distance and kept it a secret,
Yeah.
But the father always kept on looking out for him from a distance, but still kind of let him fend for himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the whole story is that, he wants to change his life and be a successful songwriter, right? So he goes back to college. He's trying to stay out of the way, but everybody around him gangbangs, big time drug dealers. They're trying to put him on. I don't want to say too much to the story, but as he's doing his journey, he goes through almost everything. Murder, poverty, sacrifice,
betrayal,
frustration,
betrayal.
And it's like,
betrayal.
Definitely betrayal.
Right.
That's why I'm trying not to, I don't want to say too much.
Okay.
But basically, in the middle of the book, he hits a crossroad, right? A dramatic experience, right?
Yeah.
And he gets to have a talk with him and a higher power, God. And it's about his whole mindset, the way he's thinking, how he's thinking wrong, and how he learns how to reprogram that. But it was a sacrifice with that knowledge. I don't want to say the sacrifice, but halfway through the book,
Man, y'all go cop that, man.
Check that. Man, tell the people to go check those reviews, and they can get a full review, Rustic review, Kirkus review, Reader's review. This, check the reviews. We got number 5 stars, man, 5 and 4 stars.
So let's talk about the album, because you did bring that up. I know you're excited about the album.
Hell yeah.
So let's talk about the title, because the title is catchy in itself. Plague of a Dark Generation. What is that all about, and how did you come up with the title?
Well, I was like, damn, I gotta make it like comic book like anyway, but that was for the rip. But the manager helped me out. Tim helped me out.
Okay, shout out to the manager.
You know what I'm saying? But the story, the album basically describes like all the dark sides of the inner cities and empathetic to it. So some songs is turned up, is drill. Some songs is sad,
Yeah.
Some songs is, you might be a little sad. Some songs is upbeat, like then there's a success side to it,
Yeah.
Based on overcoming certain things. So I was like, I'm trying to cater to the inner city. So that's like the dark generation,
Yeah.
And the plague of it, like how it's spreading, I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm super perfect, super preachy, but I do want to contribute to my community, to
For the
any
growth
community
of
that
our community.
to the growth of community, even though I
Yeah.
ain't super perfect either. You know what I'm saying? But
But who
because I
is?
had certain temperaments, but I want to do at least contribute it. So the plague of a dark generation. That's why I named that title.
Yeah, for sure. Now,
And Brooklyn Batman and Frontline Avengers is here. We're gonna be wilding these jokers out. You know what I'm
Frontline
saying?
Avengers. I love that. I love that. Now, real quick, because you talk about the way you speak, it's almost like you're very much like woke, like almost a new understanding, and it shows that you are trying to most definitely uplift your people. The music is good and stuff like that. And you got, like you said, your Frontline Avengers, and you guys may be joking and all that, but you really do have a message. In one of your songs, Black Legacy Movement, you talked about how the first stock ever exchanged on the stock market was a Black slave. And I had no idea of that. So I'm like, damn, he's teaching me too.
Yeah, it's a fact right here. That's one of the reasons why, I convinced, my partners in the company, Emerge, to move to Wall Street, because knowing that, that's how trading became. That's how bartering became. Like, when they was came in here, they traded stuff from different countries, different importations, and one of the things, and they had different slaves. It wasn't just Africans. There was also Jamaicans, Haitians, and some Spaniards, and sometimes some Asians.
Yeah.
Whoever. But the main trade was African American, because our melanin was strong. You feel me?
Yeah.
Our physical was very strong, so that was more of a valuable slave.
Yeah.
And that's how the New York Stock Exchange was born.
So to go from, if you guys tap into that video, which I definitely recommend that you guys tap in, the video starts with you pouring champagne in a lady's mouth saying Black Lives Matter. And she's all for it. She ain't offended at all. But I felt like, wow, for the opening line to talk about slavery and how we were, bought and sold, pouring champagne in a white woman's mouth not too long ago would have been suicide.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, was that the idea behind that scene, or was it like we just having fun?
I was having fun, but it was just random. So, because we was doing the video on Wall Street, so I seen Shorty and she was watching. I said, we gonna celebrate everybody, Black, white. We ain't gonna be racist.
Yeah.
Because even at the end of the song, I say, Black equals white, meaning
Right.
they needed. We here now. Black people, as I know some people don't want us to really kind of make, but we need to stop the victim mentality either too, because it already happened. You can't keep on holding on to the past. It already happened.
Yeah.
And then because a lot of whites, especially in New York, I mean, yeah, a lot of them is racist. A lot of Black people is racist. A lot of people is racist, but there's whites that really don't care about that shit, and some of them is sympathetic to the situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if Black equals white, there's no such thing as color. Come celebrate Black Lives Matter, right? Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Say drive the boat, you heard?
She was like, I love it. I was like, I literally was looking at the screen like, oh my God, how is this gonna end? But she was cool.
Yeah, why not? Why not? We celebrating. She drove the boat, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So
free champagne, and that was 50 Cent joint. That was a $300 bottle of champagne, man. Why she, you know what I'm saying? That was $20. She smiled real quick. Wow.
I'm so dead. Okay, so I just want to know too, because you do seem like somewhat of a conscious rapper. So who are some of the artists that you listen to, or some of the artists you're influenced by?
It's weird because I'm influenced by a lot now. Of course, I'm influenced by Kanye, I'm influenced by Drake, Kendrick, Jay-Z.
The great.
I like Triple X.
Okay.
Rest in peace to him. Definitely I like Big L, of course, MF Doom, you know. Just a mixture of a lot, just good music, man, because like I said, I can't say my whole album is super conscious either.
Yeah.
It's empathetic to a lot. I just make sure I touch topics that's based off the inner city without glorifying it, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so it's like, oh yeah, I like the New York, Brooklyn drill scenes, you know, but it's like, I don't know if it's an artist I'm like looking up to per se, but I love the whole Brooklyn drill scene from Chef G, Fabio. I like the new kid in the Bronx, K Flock. He doing his thing, you know.
Okay. I want you to talk about or give advice to the people out there who are incarcerated, because you went from incarceration and being in jail to getting like radio spins on premier radio stations in New York and being accepted on the playlist for MTV. I mean, you are really doing big things. Your book sold over 5,000 copies. And, you know, that's not easy to do coming out of your type of situation, and you found out a way to make it work. So what advice would you have for the next person?
Well, I'm gonna say it's not overnight, of course, we know that, right? And honestly, I've been home since 2013. So, you know, I have a little time, but the first thing you need to do is go get educated and go get a mentor.
Yeah.
And stop looking for $1. Stop asking for handouts. Cause as soon as you get out the door from prison to the naked eye, you're worth nothing. So don't ask for handouts. You know, if somebody give you a bone, take it and grow it, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, show value. Go get yourself educated. Go hit the library. If you can't find a mentor, find mentors in the library and read their books, read their biography. I think the first book to read, I think everybody that's seeking success and abundance outside of their circumstances, read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Literally.
Say that again for the people.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Think and Grow Rich.
They got the black choice, but the white, you know, the original is still just as good.
Okay.
But I think that's the first book everybody should read. Literally, on Wall Street, every finance person, banker, entrepreneur, everybody read that book. Like, there's not one millionaire that didn't read that book. You know, that's like the foundation. After that, whatever your chosen calling that you wanted to do, make sure you immersed in that environment 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
And then grow from there.
They say if you want to hide something, put it in a book. Sounds like you found some treasure, some hidden treasure.
It's a fact.
Well, Brooklyn Batman, I do thank you so much for joining me. You guys tap in with him real quick. Can you let my audience know where to follow you on all your social medias? And then, of course, where they can get the music.
Man, everywhere, man. You know where to get the music, everywhere. Just put Brooklyn Batman, no B's or H's. You know what I mean? And Instagram is I am Brooklyn Batman, no B's or H's. Everything else is Brooklyn Batman, man. You could Google me, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see everything pop up. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
You really can't Google it.
There's a real black superhero out here, man. So tune in, don't be a joker. You know what I'm saying? It's certified. This it's real, you feel me?
It's real out here. Hey, man, I know they keep messing with you on Instagram.
Yo, they hacked listen, man, they hacked me, man. Yo, and you know it's so crazy? You know how the hackers hacked me? So we doing a back to school give back for the kids, right?
Yeah.
So all my followers, they like to donate. Yo, So we getting people donating. So the hacker hacked another account that I knew the woman.
Yeah.
And she said, yo, I want to donate through crypto because I got some crypto shares. I said, word, I'm with it. She said, yo, here, check this link, hit it. And it went to my phone. I said, oh shit. I clicked it and everything just went haywire.
That's crazy.
And that's how it happened, man. So don't click links that's unfamiliar, man.
So who you think it is? Who you think out to get you?
Man, I don't even want to talk about it.
Who you think out to get you?
Listen, yo, honestly, that I can't even talk about it because we kind of know what's going on. But
okay,
it is what it is. It is what it is. We know what's going on.
And you still gonna make it regardless.
That's a fact. You already know.
All right. Well, I thank you again for joining me. I hope our paths cross again.
Nah, hit me up, man.
Yeah.
It's all fun and games till you gotta play the bench. I just made $1 out of 15 cents. A nickel's for my thoughts until it all makes sense. If you are what you think, then think you the shit. Okay. She wanna on the Brisbane, touche. I'm gonna on a good damn and she bad. Holly Queen with a fat ass and a flat mask. What more can I ask? Okay. She wanna on the Brisbane, touche. I'm gonna on a good damn.